Google has announced plans to fight the spread of misinformation on the internet. The company is changing its ranking system to direct users towards, quote, more authoritative content. $300 million will be invested in the project. The move comes as Facebook continues to face backlash and lose market value for a scandal involving the data mining company Cambridge Analytica. After days of silence, CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, issued a statement today pledging an investigation into how outside organizations access the use of Facebook's data. For more on this, we turn to legal media analyst Lionel. Lionel, good to have you with us tonight. What's troubling in the content of this story is maybe you can give us definition of who's going to be the judge of more authoritative content.
Who is going to decide what filter, Ed, is going to be used to eliminate, to expurgate, and to Bowdlerize certain forms of information? Who, I ask you? What if your cable company decided, you know what, Ed, we're not too sure about CNN anymore, so we're not going to carry CNN. You say, what? That's not your job. No, Ed, we're going to do this for you because you're not able to determine and to discern what it is that is true and is satire. So I ask you, how do you determine what's propaganda, what's exaggerated, what's wrong, what's just basically misunderstood?
And if it's information that's out there that's damaging, what about liability of fake news? How far does that go?
Well, then you have to ask yourself, well, what are you doing? Are you reporting it or are you creating it? You know, what we're forgetting, and the world is forgetting, is that these devices that we're using, what do they owe us? What does Google owe you and me? You know, when the product is free, it's been said, it's axiomatic, when the product is free, you're the product. What we do is we give this stuff data. And Ed, in 2008 and 2012, when Barack Obama was using data mining in what is now called the surveillance economy, people lauded him. Ed, they thought it was the most brilliant type of politicking there was.
But if Trump does it, what is it? Yeah, if Trump does it, what is it? Oh, it's a crime. It's terrible. They misused information. They stole it from you all the way to find out exactly what and how you were thinking, right?
And the idea, exactly. Remember when a while back in Europe, people were actually looking at pictures to determine if you could figure out who was gay. And there were academics and there were universities using basically the same data, because it's just data, to do all of these horrible tests. Nobody complained until now.
Okay, let's talk about Facebook. What is Zuckerberg facing right here? If he can't spread information through Facebook, that's going to limit his ability to be able to make money and sell advertising, isn't it? I mean, the misuse of information is the real unknown here. Where does it go? How does it go? And who's responsible? What do you make of it?
I got a better one for you. What about a stockholder derivative suit? What about a bunch of really well-heeled folks who say, hey, Zuckerberg, what happened to the cost per share? Did you know anything about this? Did you look the other way? Because right now he's not only fighting this notion of the information police, but a bunch of very angry and powerful people who feel almost betrayed. And I think the real story is if Zuckerberg said, I'm just a figurehead. I'm a guy in a T-shirt. They got me. I'm not even Facebook. I'm just kind of like, I'm like Larry and Sergey from Google. I'm almost like central casting. I'm not really, he can't say that. But boy, he went like Judge Crater for 2 or 3 days, and all of a sudden today they sprung him out of solitary. Very interesting.
Lionel, always a pleasure. Great to have you with us tonight. We'll have more on this tonight at 8 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.